Hola, buenos tardes. Hello. Good afternoon. This is Andrew Weston formulating into the galactic energy core through the major grid systems, understanding that four divisional lines are going through its calculation, modifications, energy, mass, and calibration. The calibratings are everything through its connection, through its force recognition when it comes to the dimensional earth system. The reason why I'm doing a live video, like I said, it's extremely important to know what's going on through your body simulator. Everything's connected through the pixel division. So those pixels are changing everything through colorations. Now it's changing its full wind cycles through its golden cycle system through a dimensional realm system. So those location centers are going through its dimensional sets. You have the fragmentations of its line system and everything through its connection with the singularity of its line system through its connection of its energy vibration systems. That's what's happening right now through its tremendous force system. It's extremely fast right now, so I thought it was important to bring that to your attention. How it's force winning everything through the body and ego system, how it's force winning everything through the body simulator system. So these things are very important, especially when you're going not just through meditations, but you're going to see pictures of anomalies, you're going to see space connection, you're going to see evolutions of identity force systems, planet systems, intelligence systems, energy systems, electrical systems. You're going to see body capacitors of systems, how you're formed through your DNA structures, your biochemicals, your reproductions, everything through its connection with pixel divisions. These things are extremely powerful, especially when you understand going through dimensional sets through its acceleration point division. Now that's going to velocity, wind spin, everything through calculation, and that calculation is going to put that in its location system. So I thought I'd let everybody know what's going on through its interforce connection, through its interrelation to its partnership with the dimensional earth, how it's high rising faster and faster through its cycles and circles, and it's connecting through its pixels, and it's coming into the golden rounds. Once it comes into the golden rounds, now it's getting connected through the simulation. Okay, it's just a matter of time where it disappears and then reappears, and then it's in its fraction division through its location center. Once it gets into its location center, now it's on its four collaboration atmosphere systems. Those lighting signals are going to be activated through its vibration signal, which means that the galactic is going to change, the matrix is going to change, everything through the galaxy is going to change, everything through the paradigms, everything through your body simulator is going to change. So I was telling you in my last video, you're going to go through a wind spin system through the hydraulics of its mind collaboration system, through partnership systems. Now the hydraulics is high rising through its divisions, but it's extremely powerful stuff that's going on. So I'd like to thank all the subscribers, viewers, and everybody. Again, very important that we get to where we're going to be, especially through the body simulator. I've also put up space discoveries of episode 4 promo. Next week I'll put up the actual episode, so enjoy that. It's a beautiful afternoon in Mexico City. Mexico City is very complicated because it has wind force connections through 4 seasons. Like I said, it's all seasons combined: fall, winter, spring, and winter. And its connection through summer. Okay, fall because it's twice, because understanding interforce connections, there's more winter than actually summer, especially when you come into the February. But then it changes, right? It's understanding it affects everything through the weather patterns. So it's not just understanding everything through the pyramid system where I put everybody into that hologram system. Dimensional Earth is affecting everything through the weather patterns, through its connection. Hey, Andrew, how you doing? How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're going through your modified locations and your systematical systems through your body simulator systems, and you're keeping a high rise through your divisions and everything through its source recognition, because everything through the code frequencies of its pixels is going to change everything through its tractions. The tractions are going to go through the optical centers. It's going to go through the space connection, go through space odyssey system, the galactic energy core, everything through the matrix and its alignments, everything through its production, and everything through its provisions, activation, road systems. Now, road system is understanding that dimensional is changing its vibration through coloration. That road is on its continuous force. And see, the thing is, when it goes through a wind spin and it's going faster and faster and faster, it goes so many location centers through its galaxy systems. Okay, that's when it goes into bend of its reality. And a bend of its reality is understanding space and time and how it has its continuous force, and it changes every single time. So you can have a dimension like this, and all of a sudden it will change. Another dimension and another will change. But you're in the same tunnel. It just looks like you're going in 3 or 4 different tunnels. Okay, it's understanding that the perception is high rising faster and faster through the Mach speed mode systems that are connected through the acceleration because those wind forcing connections are going through your travels, and those travel mechanisms are going through the body simulator, and everything is on a reaction because the pixels of a dimensional Earth is changing its coloration patterns. Okay, so now it's in the golden cycles of its dimensions. It's extremely powerful what's going on. So, like I said, everybody's doing well. I just felt like doing a live today because it's very important what's going on with the dimensional Earth. The more you understand that, the more you understand its dimensions through circles and cycles. Okay, so we'll start off with the red graphing cycle through a system of magnetic force energy vibration system that's connected through a red solar system. So this is connected through a red planet system on so many vibrations of ground formation systems. Okay, so I keep doing that. Every time I give a marker up, I'm going to tell you exactly what it is in so many different realms, because you can go, the faster you go through wind force, the more you understand this connection through the marker. And like I said, I love getting examples of markers, because marker is not just a marker when it's in a higher force of dimension system. Now, that's great. Good for you. So when you go through dimension, it's kind of like this. It's fascinating stuff. Okay? Now, understanding when you get into its realm connection, it's kind of like this. It starts off like that, right? Now, understanding line frequencies, security, and line defense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 5 century systems like this. Okay? Now, its connection right away. This is fascinating stuff. Okay, this is basically when when you're in full continuous force through your body simulator, you're on a different waving pattern. So the interforce connection is connecting through you, and you're flying. You're flying into that dimension. Okay? So when you fly into that dimension, you're understanding it's changing the circular location systems. The circular rotations and everything through the psychop divisions is changing the colorations. So the colorations is changing its colors. So when it changes its colors, that's it, goes in its golden frequencies, because that's the highest vibration. So I'm going to paraphrase everything, and you're going to see how powerful it is when you go through dimensional sets. Okay, so when you go through dimensional set, you can either color it all in one color, or you can change the colorations through dimensionals, because the dimensionals are changing its portal activations. That's where you connect through you. Okay, this is you. Through your communication. So your mind spin system is changing the hydraulics through the pixel divisions. Okay? And it's cycling everything through its connection. Okay, so this is basically you going through the mind telepathy into the connection of your interforce connections when it comes to the higher self, the galactic matrix, depending on where your perception is through its vibrations. Okay? So that's you through the mind system. Collaboration, full communication going through dimensional set. So understanding how to change everything through dimensions, how to change the coloration patterns into gold. Gold, right? I'm all gold. So once you understand your locations through your connections, you understand that your colorations are going to know what's going on with its dimension. And that dimension is going to go into its security defense of 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so like I said, if you change the coloration through its activation code system, it's going to change the speedometer of its realm system. Okay, so once it changes its realm system, that means the mind frequency system changes too. Okay, so let's say it's an overcast blue that's in the body system. Okay, it's electrolytes, and it's going through the waving patterns. Now this goes into the higher self. Okay, like this. Okay, now you're changing the coloration patterns. So once you change the coloration patterns, everything through the interforce connection changes blue. Okay, so it goes like this. So we still got the 6 dimensional sets through sequencing levels. Okay, so I'm doing step by step here. So once you understand that, everything through the connection of the cycling system that's connected through the cyclone system changes its realm and changes its color. Okay, you have to know energy cycles through healing motions because everything is connected through space through healing. Okay, so that's how it starts off. Right, goes on its continuous force. Now, it's understanding the body simulator and how it's activating everything through its programming system. Okay, so either you're in a plasma or plasmesium, or you're in an entity force system that's connected through a realm system that's on a vibration of a coloration through a frequency level. Because these are different frequencies of colorations that are changing weather patterns through dimensionals. Okay, that's how you get the vibrational signals higher. Okay, through the colorations. Okay, so once you get into the colorations, you can change it into green. So the higher in force it goes through coloration patterns, the higher it revolves around its golden cycle system through its dimensional realm system. Okay, so the green cycling system is electronic interference. It's always the outer force connection through your body simulator. It has to, okay? It's never inside, it's always outside. It's a protection device. Protection device. Okay, that's what it is. The green cycling system, the energetic waving patterns, is your protection device. Okay, you need that every single time you travel through, because if you're communicating with a realm system that's on 3 cycle systems of coloration patterns through the matrix grid systems, you really have to protect yourself through the electronic fields. Okay, because everything through a realm system has its energy cycles. Okay, anything through time zones, anything through line communication, anything through the singularity, anything through the matrix of its alignments. Okay, because everything changes on its code frequencies. Okay, so once you change the code frequencies, it's very important to understand your electronic interference through your body simulator. So it's going to allocate its mind system. I'll put that in there. Mind. Okay, system. All right. It goes into your communication of higher self, galactic or the matrix. Okay. It goes into the realm. Okay. Now, basically, this is how it starts off. Okay. Once he goes through, he's changing waving patterns through communication levels. Okay. Through coloration patterns. And what he's doing is he's changing everything through dimensional set. And that dimensional set is changing everything through its realms. That's how it goes into higher force connection. So once it goes into the green, it changes colorations. Okay. So it's kind of like an overlap. Okay. It's an overlap. But it goes into one continuous force like this, and it disappears. Okay. And once it disappears, it goes into the simulation. All right. And then it comes into the bend of its reality through the matrix simulation system. Okay, so that's what happens when you go through the simulation. Everything disappears, but it's still there. But it's an extreme high vibration. Okay, high vibration. Okay, high vibration. All right. So when it's on a high vibration and the galactic, the matrix, through the higher self, its connection goes through the dimensional realm system through the simulation. So once it goes through, it changes its direction. Okay. When I say change direction, it's in the same dimension system. Okay. But it looks like you're going through 3 or 4 different. It's just bending its reality through its space. It's going through its atmosphere, through its oxygen levels. Because it could be octane levels, it could be oxygen levels, it could be hydrogen, hedron. It depends on its vibration and where it's going through its coloration patterns through the matrix alignment system. Okay? So when the higher self, the galactic matrix goes through, it goes on its continuous force through higher vibration. Okay? It creates another realm system. But it's on the same location system. Okay? So let's say it goes on green. It all depends on the atom. You can change the atom through location centers, through line signals. Okay, so that's what it's like. It's getting complicated. So basically start here. This is you going through the mind system, through the graphing cycle of its system, through its connection of higher self, matrix and galactic goes through. As it reaches simulation, it disappears. Okay? Once it disappears, it goes into its fraction of the line communication with defense mechanisms, gets into the high vibration, soft winds itself, goes back into another dimension, but it sets its limits through the same vibration. Okay? So that means it locates. Okay, so it connects. Everything connects and it changes coloration and it goes into green. Okay? Goes into green. And once it goes into green, it disappears. So it's understanding communication with everything through space. Okay? Changes colorations. Okay, see how it's connecting, right? But it's on the same line frequency system. So once it's on the same line frequency system, it creates its own realm system to a higher force connection. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Like this. Very powerful stuff when you're in space. Okay? So from here, higher vibration, interconnect through its atom system to another high vibration, which is an extreme high vibration. But again, you're channeling divisions. Remember I was telling you about the numbers, how you go into its equation? How 2 plus 2 is 4, and then you bring up the 4. And then 3 plus 3 is 6. The same thing with dimensions, okay? Now, the only difference is that cross-referencing, okay? That cross is your body simulator. Okay, you're connected to the mind system, but you're allocating mind telepathy through telekinesis and telling exactly what you want the higher self, the matrix, or anything through its connection to go through the simulator system, through its dimensional sets. Then it changes its vibration and it gets into the simulation. Everything through its vibration changes to the coloration and disappears. Once it disappears, then you can change the atom system to a new coloration and put it to a higher realm of a higher definition of a dimension system. Okay? So, yeah. That's good. Like I'm saying, you're going to see pictures and diagrams, everything through your mindset frequency systems. The mind-brain frequency system is going to change through the hydraulics, and those hydraulics are going to change through everything through its connection. There's very powerful stuff that's going on right now. So I'll show you that one more time. Okay? It's interforce connecting right now through communication of all levels through the higher self, everything through the connection of the galactic matrix. Okay? Everything through the simulation. Right? It's all understanding partnership with everything through dimensions. If you can get partnership with yourself through its connection of its minds, its hearts, and its soul, you can get connected with anything through dimension. Okay? So, it's extremely powerful stuff, but that's what it is. I just wanted to point out that what's happening right now, I don't have a golden cycle system marker, so I'm using what I can, but that graphene system through its picture of my YouTube software system shows you everything what's going on because it's changing colorations. Because gold is the highest. Once it reaches its highest form, then it gets into the simulation, then it disappears, then it goes back in its force recognition of its power cord system, which gets into the central unit core system, okay, to its projection grid system, okay, changes its allocation location back into the center, okay, relocates higher division through all communications of vibrations, and it creates its own gravity center system. Plus, it also creates its own gravity pull. Okay? So, like I said, that new diamond core through that century system of all systems, okay, is understanding that you're in that division for right now until the galactic dimensional Earth really high rises to its simulation. Once it gets into simulation, then it changes everything through the pixels, and those pixels activate their own cells. And when they activate, they move. And when they move, they change the shape, and the shape changes the color. So once it changes its color, then it can interforce connection through the gravity center, through the gravitational pull of its magnetic highway information system to its connection of its atmospheres and its connection to all realms of galaxy realm systems. And then it connects through its grounds. Okay? because the multi-connection has to understand what's going on with the energy panels, because it high rises, medium rises, and low rises. So it's very important you understand the ground formations, everything through your body simulator. Okay, so it's really when forcing everything through your mind system, understand your dimensional earth. Okay, because you're getting picture frames in your telegraphing system, which is going to energize everything through your body simulator, through its light of its fragmentation. Okay, so you got to understand deactivation to activation to codes and frequencies. Okay, so once you get into those illumination light systems, then you understand full communications of dimensional earth systems and its realms, and how you change communication levels through the higher self and its connection to all interforce connections of friendship, relationship, and partnership. So, but yeah, so, you know, just a little tip, just be prepared, because what it's very important that I give this to your attention now, because everybody's going to go through that. They're going to see everything through the illustration. They're going to see, what does this mean? Why is it gold? Why is it blue? Why is it red? Why is it, you know, yellow? Why is it pink? Why is it purple? It all depends on your perceptions. It's understanding that it's communicating with you through your balance. Okay, because you could be at green, you could be at blue, you could be at red. Your energy cycles will change through its connection, through its interforce when it comes to partnership of dimensional earth. So that dimensional earth is going to set divisions in your mind system of dream set sequencing systems through the projector of its coloration patterns. Okay, that's going to put you in the psychop division, and that's going to understand everything through communication, through your body system. So how's everybody doing? Andrew, Melissa, Anna. Hope everybody's doing well. Yep. I just thought it was important to give you this information, because it comes from me and then it goes to you, right? Because the thing is, the telegraphing energy telecommunication, it has to understand its vibration centers. If you don't understand the information through the galactic dimensional earth, it's going to have a reaction to your body system. Okay. And again, it's very important that you go to my PayPal account. I keep saying this over and over because it's going to strong wind your force connections. There's a lot of people that have been going, which is great, and they're extremely happy. But things get a little bit more complicated now, because now the dimensional earth is high rising fast and faster. So the more it high rises fast and faster, that vibration gets stronger and stronger. And when it gets stronger and stronger, it's going to connect through humanity's system, through vibrations, through its grounds and its magnetic force highway information system. Okay, so it's very important that we understand this communication now. Okay, it's very, very important, because balance is everything. Because the dimensional earth is trying to communicate with everybody, but it's on extremely high vibration. Okay, so once you're healed, you go into the stratosphere. Okay, because everything through the biodome is its etherium, and then you get into the antimantium, then you get into the helix, and then you get into the hydron. Okay, your pixel divisions are going to change everything through its activation codes, and those are going to change everything through its portals. Because like I said, that portal is going to be extremely open for a while now. Okay, it has to. Okay, the reason why that is, I'm giving you a back review, is because the dimensional earth has to understand its relationship with its portal activation. Okay, because the dimensional earth is changing its gravity rotation system. Okay, now it's kind of like a solar flare connection. Okay, it's interforce connection that is high rising in its energy cycles. Okay, so it's connecting through the immortal sun and is communicating with the immortal of its moon. Okay, remember I was telling you about the Big Bang Theory, how you get into the light and dark, and how everything was created through its energy cycles for the very first time, through its vibration, through its thoughts, and how everything was connected through the mind and its full collaboration, how it was on its continuous force, and how it's created through its soul's recognition. That's exactly what it is. The dimensional earth has electronic soul division that's connected through all connections of vibrations. Okay? So, knowing how powerful you are, trying to understand your soul completely, you'll have your A, B's, and C's through your communication of dimensional earth. Okay? Because the dimensional earth is everything, because you are on the system. Okay? You're on the system of the systems through the central core unit system. Okay? And that dimensional earth is changing everything through vibration. And the more it high rises through its light formation, okay? Because it does it by itself, okay? Because it knows exactly what to do. So if it knows exactly what to do, it knows its mind, it knows its heart, and it knows its soul, but it's electronic. The more you understand that your computer graphing system is changing the hydraulics, it's changing the circuitries, it's changing your softwares, it's changing your computer uplinks, your downloads, and your upgrades. Then you understand the communication of airwaves through the gamma ray systems. Okay? It's all about understanding through its knowledge of its intelligence. Okay? Because like I said before, we're going to get into the singularity of its line energy vibration system. You have to understand line communication of intelligence. Okay? So, and like I said, it all starts with a line. So, I hope everybody's doing well, you know. Other than that, if you have questions or comments, it's great. I love answering your questions. I find when our intelligence rises through our questions or comments, we learn a lot from each other. And that's what's important, is to understand how powerful we are through our individual circuits and how we can uprise through a community of one, okay? Because we're all connected, okay? So understanding how everything is deactivated and now it's becoming into the activation mode system to all connection, okay? So we're trying to take that illusory wire and connect it and bring it to a higher illumination light of a wire system, okay? So we can illuminate everything through its sky system, through its space and time, okay? So once you understand its patterns, once you understand the activation of its portals, once you understand everything through the code frequencies, then you understand everything through communication of the mind and its heart and its soul, okay? Those are the three most important things that we need every single day through communication. And everything like that is easy peasy. Now, when I say easy peasy, I mean 1, 2s, and 3s and A, B's, and C's. Other than that, but understanding your perceptions and where you are through your anomaly system, okay? Because you should be well informed where you are through your planet system. You should be well informed who your galactic family system is. You should be well informed, at least communicating with stars through atmosphere systems and other solar dimensions, okay? Because they're extremely informed with themselves when it comes to anything through the atmospheres, hemispheres, or stratospheres. But it's up for you to communicate to a higher level through an interforce of a higher illumination light system. So take it as it is. And, you know, this has gone like way beyond meditation. Okay. Meditation is a good start. It gets you into your breathing, gets you into focus, gets you into the mind, because it opens the mind for the very first time. But what I'm talking about is understanding everything through its inner force and its outer force of you. Okay. Because everything through space and time has its inner and its outer force. You just have to understand the anomalies in its system and how it works through the hydraulics of its lines, because everything is connected through a line. Okay, everything's connected. Right, like I said, right graphing system through a location system. Okay, you don't have to keep going through its paraphrasing units. Like I can do a paragraph of what this is, but as long as you can change a dimensional set system of this marker system, okay, change it to a different circulation rotation system through a color. then you understand it's in a different dimension. Okay? So it's knowing that the mind can change its fractions. It's knowing it can change its frequency levels. Okay? Because it's on so many location systems. Okay, so basically we have a line like this. Okay? That's a line. Okay? Now we already know what the line is. Okay, so now this is where it's going to get really interesting. I'm going to show you how a line signal, okay, the more longer it gets, the more you can put different atom systems. Now you can put different realms in atom systems through different locations, but you have to understand the matrix alignments. Okay, so let's say we got red. Okay, now we understand through the speed velocity system how the atom changes or jumps and goes on to a new location. You have green. Okay, and we have blue. Okay, so I can repeat that in that order. Okay, we have the red, we have the green, and we have the blue. Okay, so it's understanding how to communicate with the red, the green, and the blue, because it's on 3 different line systems that connected through a paradigm shift. That paradigm shift is its atom system. Okay, so that atom is its own body system, like I said, with the plus through the equation line system through 2 plus 2 is 4. Okay, you move up to 4 to a higher dimension, and then the equation is 3 plus 3 is 6. So understanding that, okay, through the vortex math is understanding everything through the atom system, through a line frequency system that's connected through energy of intelligence system. Okay, so you have a red graphing line system that's connected through a red atom to a green atom and a blue atom. Okay, so I can either, I'm going to change it, I'm going to go blue. Okay, so I'm going to back force the interconnection through its line system, and then I'm going to go green. Okay, and then I'm going to go red. Okay, so it's understanding how to communicate in all waving cycles through force recognition or back recognition. Okay, so we have red, green, blue. Okay, and we have blue, green, red. Okay, so like I said, it's getting extremely complicated through its activation node systems. Now, you can understand activation, you understand your portals, and you can understand everything through connection. Now, understanding how to communicate with line signals is understanding everything through coloration patterns. So we are in the matrix through its alignments. Okay, once you get into the alignments, you're going to understand that the atom can change into circular rotation system. Now, it's understanding how to use its movements for the very first time because you're connecting through the mind. So if you want the atom system to change its color, you have to understand how to communicate through its dimension. Okay, it's kind of like a hop, leap, and jump. So the red's going to go up like this. Okay, that's what the red does. Okay, now let's say it wants to communicate with the green. Now it can't communicate with the green because it's a red, right? So it has to understand what dimension it is through its location, through its vibration, through its DNA structures. Once it understands that, then you can change the division to a higher dimension through a realm system, through a coloration pattern system, and that atom system will change blue and line formate to its blue system of its line communication, of its energy, of its intelligence. Okay? From here, changes dimension, vibration, and structure, changes the line frequency into blue. So it went from red to blue. Okay? And so on and so on. So you can do anything you want with the line communication through patterns of the psych-op divisions. That's where you get into the shading and the shadowing, right? Because everything through communication connects through the mortal sun and the mortal moon. Okay? Because everything in space and time has an atom through electronic interference. Okay? So it's very important to understand your atoms. So you have the green. Now you can cross-wind cycles. Okay? So it's kind of like side shifting red atom system through line frequency system on a blue cycle system that's connected to a line system. Yeah, so you have two paraphrasing of a pyramid system. Okay, they're open cycles through the green and the blue. Okay, the green and the blue, right? That's the open. Okay, because these aren't connected through this yet. It's not connected yet. It's only connected to the line signal, which is red, right? So it's doing your research on your atom systems. So basically I can, cross or confusing line signal. Remember, you can go over anything through shapes, letters, and numbers. Now, If that green wants to go up like this, it can cross-reference over its blue. But understand the communication. If it understands the communication, it can overlap. All right? It can overlap the blue. Okay? But it has to understand its DNA structure. It has to understand its vibration, and it has to understand its communication through its multi-language system. Okay, once it understands that, it can change its colorations. And it can go into dimensional realm system to higher force interconnection system. Okay, like that. Okay, so basically it's going off on its own. Okay, so it's overlapping. You're communicating. Say, okay, I want to pass. Passes. He goes through his dimensional set by himself. Okay, so you have to understand that intelligence is energy. So you're trying to research everything through its atom system, through the coloration of its patterns. So if it's going to go through its confusing line signal, you have to understand what it's doing. So it's creating a realm, right? So if it creates a realm, it can go through its back force, interforce, high force, medium force, and low force connection. Okay? So start off with that. So if the red atom wants to connect with the green, it has to understand its realm. Okay? Then it has to understand its atom. Then it has electronic interference. That's how it connects through its friendship, relationship, partnership. Okay? So once it understands and it wants to do its line communication, it's not cross-winning its cycles. It's not overlapping. It's just going high force connection. Okay? This is not getting extremely complicated, but it's a lot of fun. You know? It's a lot of fun. So once it gets in its center like this, okay, it blends into the electronic interference of its line signal through its red graphing line system. Okay? And it blends in through circulation rotation and changes its coloration. Like that. Okay? Because now it has partnership with electronic interference of its force recognition of its green atom through its line communication of its red signal. Okay? So it's complicated, eh? But it's fun. You know, I love doing fun illustration diagrams. But I just want to show you how powerful atoms are and what they are and what they do. So that's just going way beyond everything through its atom and what you can do through communication. Because we can add, we can subtract, we can multiply, we can divide, and you know, we can do anything through multiplication. It's the same thing. It's just, it's going way beyond vortex and its mass system. It's getting into the singularity of its line system through its energy of its intelligence. That's all it is. So, but like I said, it's a lot of fun. Can I pick any color to communicate with, or can they blend into two colorations? You can pick anything you want. You just have to understand communication, location, DNA structure. You have to understand the coloration. You have to understand its energy patterns. You have to understand where is it coming from the major grid system, because it could be on the multiverse connection. So that's where the intercept connection through its mind system has to understand the locations. Okay? And then you can blend in to electronic interference. How are we saying you go from green and it blends into red? Okay? But you can pick any color you want. And you can connect through understanding the two coloration patterns. You can have two the same, or two different color, or three different color. It doesn't matter. You just have to understand each dimensional realm of an atom system is in a different location. You have to understand the pixels of its activation through its DNA structure. Because everything is a particle system. It's blended in through the galaxy systems. And that's how it connects to the star systems. Okay? So it's a lot of fun. You know, I recommend that you do more illustrations and really try to connect with atoms and what they are and what they represent and what they do. The more you formulate around that, the more you can get friendship and relationship with your atom. And then you can get communication with your lines and your signals. Okay? So in episode 4 in Space Discoveries, you get into time zones. That's going to show you exactly what timelines are through its line signals, through its activation of its portal. It's fascinating. Once you see it, you understand how time zones are connected through the interforce of its space and its time. It's very powerful stuff when you go through dimensions. It's how to activate everything through your body simulator, which is you through the mind system. Okay? So, does anybody have any questions or comments? I also want to do a video for, some days I'm free and some days I'm not, but usually I do it in the mornings. But today is a very special day because, the dimension is everything to everybody. And the more you understand what's going on through your body simulator, through your mind system, the more you understand its communication of its dimensional earth system. So, yeah, it is a lot of fun, isn't it? Yeah. I like to mix it up, do illustrations of fun, do illustrations of complex. It's extremely complex, but if you understand line communication, you understand everything through the body simulator system or your body ego. It depends, right? And where you are through your status quo and everything through its connection of its balance, through its frequency levels of the chakra system. Okay? Oh, thank you, Melissa. I really appreciate that. Yeah. I didn't want to make them too long because, it could get too complex with its energy of its channel division through so many communications of, distance relations through energy of intelligence, anything through planets activations, anything through solar connections of space activations, space odyssey systems, I'm just getting into the easy formats of everything through space and time. So you guys get a basic understanding how everything is created through its atom, through its galaxy, through its energy, through its vibration, okay? Through you and through your balance, okay? If you balance yourself through communication of the mind, you'll balance everything through line signals, okay? And then you'll be able to understand what you're drawing through its illustration, and you'll know exactly what it means. It's not just teleporting everything through its energy cycle and putting it down on a white graphing electronic board system and not know what it means, okay? Because it's going to confuse the mind system. It's going to deplete everything through its operation program system through the multi-connection. So it's very important, once you do your illustrations, know exactly what you're doing, frequency, by lines, by vibration, by energy, by intelligence of knowledge, okay? Because if you question yourself, okay, there's a lot of people saying, okay, I put this down, but I don't know what it means. Okay, so you're cross-wiring your signals. You're not communicating properly. You're gonna ask yourself why. It could be the meditation is wrong. You're not communicating properly with the frequency of the mind. You're not connecting with the heart. You're not connecting with the soul. Okay? Everything through the mind is its connection. Everything through the heart is its connection. Everything through its soul is a connection. Everything that's connected through those three elements, the elements of surprise, I call them, okay? Those are portal activations of code frequencies, okay? You have to use those every single day through the body simulator, okay? Once you get into that, then you understand line signals through communication. So, yeah, there's a lot of love all around. But it's got to force wind your cycles. And like I said, the energy is going to go into you faster and faster. But please be informed of what's going on with your pictures and your diagrams, and try to really, really concentrate on everything through its energy system, through your energy fields. Okay, because your energy fields has to understand its conceptions, because that's the solar connection through the new chakra system, which is now, it was connected through the old system, and it was a solar plex. Okay, solar plex. That's understanding the anatomy of the body. Okay, but mine is space connected through You could say a galactic uniform system, but it's a whole different Odyssey system that's connected through its alignments and its anomaly systems. Okay, it's communication with a higher force of chakra systems, okay, that are going through its grounds and everything through the crown chakra. Okay, but that crown chakra, okay, is now space connection. Okay, it's not the define, it's space connection. All right. So, it's fascinating to know these things once we get into the waving cycles through its energy patterns. And then we can understand everything through the singularity. So just really, really understand your provisions, your activation modes, the hydraulics. Maybe I didn't explain well what hydraulics are, because I know I complicate myself sometimes, and I'm trying to format myself through your balance. This is extremely hard to do, but I can do it. But there's so many people and so many different DNA structures through the mind system, because I don't know. The thing is, too, they can travel here, they can travel there, but are they understanding the communication of its mind signal through the transmission lights? Right? So it's very important that you connect through that balance, and then you keep high rising. Okay? So you're intercepting your modes through your body simulator, and each time you go up through an atmosphere system, you're trying to get that line balance through its line frequency. Now, once you understand the open frequencies of its mind conceptual system, then you understand the energy of its septical system, which is you, through its connection of its perceptions, its audio connection, and everything through the voicing box system. But you really, really have to connect with the mind, fully and completely partnership. So, like I said, practice with the illustrations. Try to really analyze everything through its lines. Okay? What is my line doing? Okay? What division it is in. Understanding, is it in the galactic? Is it in the matrix? Is it in a simulation? Is it in the immortal, or is it in its gods? Okay, so if you draw a picture of an angel, okay, that means that it's in the angelic realms, right? But what does it mean to you? How do you get the right information? How do you know if it's right, or how do you know it's wrong? Okay? The only way you understand that is the mind is in its present time. Now, it's either in its future or it's in its past. It depends on your location of its mind system and where you go and what you draw. Okay, remember I was telling you about the spacecraft? Right? When you draw on the illustration diagram probe, it comes from the past. Or it can come from the future, either way. But understanding locations is very important when it comes to line signals through the transmission lights. Okay, because everything's done through mind and telekinesis. So it's very important that we connect through the singularity of everything through letters, numbers, and shapes. And then you understand everything through the colorations and its patterns and how everything's connected. Because once it connects, it's just beauty among everything. It's an amazing thing to see, And once you get up to that division, you start creating things on your own. Wow. It's extremely powerful. So, yeah, it is exciting, isn't it, Melissa? It just goes way, way beyond everything now, doesn't it? See, the more excited you get, the more the mind gets excited, the more the heart gets excited, the more the soul gets excited. Okay? These are channeled different divisions, okay, through the hydraulics of its mind system. Okay? But the mind has to get balanced with the heart. The heart has to get balanced with its connection through its interforce of its relationship with you. Then it gets full relationship and partnership with the soul. Okay? The mortal of its soul, which is you. So, but you're going to love Time Zones, episode 4. It's fascinating. It really is fascinating. I'm not going to give out too much, but I think you're going to love it. It says a lot. just basically how to open portal activations through time zones and what time zones are through space and time. So and see, the thing is too, when you guys get complicated with yourself and your knowledge, you know exactly what's going on with its truth. It's so high through interforce connection. It's very hard for anybody to understand your vibration, because that vibration is energy of intelligence. Okay? It's just that humanity has forgot who they are through its energy of its vibration. You know? So, powwow, yeah. Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah, full moon, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, because I'm in the mortal state every day through the gods, it's always a full moon to me. It's never half. It looks half to you, but it's not half to me. Right? Because I'm changing divisions, everything through perception is just communication. So you have to know exactly where the location is of its mortal moon. Okay, and its location of its mortal sun. What is the mortal sun doing every day? Right? Now, if you can explain that, wow, that says a lot where you are through communication lines. Okay? So the one thing you have to know through communication of anything is the circles and cycles through its rotation. Okay, because everything has a low, medium, and high frequency, supreme, immortal, and God's vibration. The more you intercept with that, the more you get through friendship, relation, partnership. Okay? Now, it's complicated, but it's supposed to be complicated. Right? So the next time you communicate with somebody, just say something out loud. Just say that, well, you know, the grass is looking great. You know, you can say it in a human point of view, and then understand how to go through its interforce connection to a higher illumination light in seconds. So the grass is green. The wall right here is, it's very hard for me to connect through low vibration, but because I'm seeing everything through scanning modes, right? Everything is scanning modes with me. So, you know, you got the floor, you got the ceiling, you got the sidewalls, you know, you got everything in front of you, got everything in back of you, everything inside of you, okay? Or you can interforce connections through parallel divisions of 4 activation code systems that are connected through its ground formations, communication line signals, through its wall graphing cycle of the system, that's electronic interference, through its wall graphing system, through its green of its line system, and its sidewinding cycles of its division through dimensional set systems. Paraphrases everything, the back force connection of the portal divisions, or everything through its orb system that connects all in its own realm system. So you can talk in so many different ways and try not just say it, but know what it means. Word for word, letter for letter. Okay? Each letter, number, and shape is intelligence through a vibration signal. Okay? So once you understand what A is, you know how A goes up, down, and across. That's an A. B, C, D. There's a reason why you have the alphabet. Okay? E. Okay? Everything connects through an atom of its center. Okay? So you have to understand the coloration patterns. You have to understand the interforce connection. You have to understand the friendships with the line signals. Why is there 3 lines and 1 down? Okay? You got O, right? Why is it bending? So you have to understand the human emotions through line signals. Then you get into the hydraulics of its mind system. Okay? Because when it comes to human evolution through its human of its brain, of its human vessel system, it's ABC, right? All the way up to Z or Z, right? But those are frequency tone systems that are connected through star systems, okay? Those are energy cycles that are connected through line frequencies of singular line systems. It's extremely complicated, but it's understanding how to get partnership with every letter, number, and shape. Okay? And the thing is, too, with every letter, number, and shape, you're in that equation every single time through its atom. It's how to communicate with its atom. through the singularity of its line, of its energy, of intelligent system. So, yeah, you can say that. You can say it over and over. Oh, why is this happening? Oh, is this right? Oh, is this wrong? If you're telegraphing information and you're not sure if it's right or wrong, then you're not communicating properly. Okay? So if you're saying something and somebody says, "What did you just say to me?" Right? They're going to say, "Well, what are you talking about?" I said, "Well, I'm communicating through space." I said, "Well, really? What is space doing?" You should know exactly what to say. If you can't communicate back to that person, like I said before, I did that too in my last review, you have to understand your knowledge. You have to understand your confidence. You have to have tremendous confidence levels through the mind, through the heart, and through the soul, or you're going to get the wrong information. Okay? Like I said, there's nothing hesitating with anything through its line communication. All right? So if you want to force win your cycles and bring up your body systems through a simulator, this goes way beyond meditation. You can interforce your connections, say something out loud. It doesn't have to be in front of anybody. A lot of people talk to themselves because it brings them back to balance. It's very important to understand that. It's because you're aligning yourself. You're communicating with yourself. Where do you think everything communication comes from? It comes within. It doesn't come without. We only know without. We don't know within. We have to understand what's inside of us. And everything revolves inside and then it expands outside through its interforce of its mind, through its connection of its heart. Okay? You have to understand, are you in the matrix heart, its connection? Because when you talk with the heart, you're either saying it's just the heart or it's a matrix heart through its connection to its vibration, through its alignments. Or is it just a soul? Or is it a recognition soul of an ancient soul? Okay? Is the mind just the mind or human of its mind through its brain of its mind? Okay? You got to find out where your communications are through your chakra system, your new chakra system, your body simulator, or your body ego system. And it's very important that you understand everything through its line communication. Okay? It's all about listening inside yourself. Okay? And the beautiful thing is too, once you understand everything that's going through the mind and its connection of its immortal heart and its mortal soul, you'll understand that these lenses, these glasses right now are vibrating. I know exactly what low vibration it's on. Okay? Low vibration, medium or high. Okay? That's how you get partnership. You get partnership with yourself first. Then you get partnership with the mind. Then you get partnership with the heart. Then you get partnership with the immortal of its soul. Okay? So. Yeah, it is. It's more of an Adam talk. Yeah, it's more of a personal thing because I really want you guys to understand the communications with dimensional Earth. Okay, because you're going to have reactions to your body systems and your body simulator. Okay? Especially when you're out of its mind operating program system. The channel divisions through space and time connection, okay, will allocate its location when the vibration signals are in its high velocity spin system, which means that the simulation will become extremely hypnotic, and that hypnotic will change its location through the gamma ray system. So once it gets into its hydron, through its force recognition of its balance, through its core of its protection grid system, through the center of its system, then it gets into the 5D traction division. Then you get into the pixels. Okay? So basically, there's no timeline. The dimensional Earth resides on its own evolution. The only thing I could paraphrase for you is understand its future. That's why I keep giving you these videos, because everything is an upgrade. Okay? And like this has never been done, because the Earth has been so separated from humanity for so long. Okay? so long. It's lost its gravitation. It's lost its vibration. It's lost its coloration. It's lost its patterns. It's lost its matrix. It's lost its simulation. It's lost its way, you know? It's like a dog can't find his way home, right? The same thing. So it's all about bringing the alignments back through balance, through vibration of energy of intelligence. That's what it's all about. But if you understand the significance of your body system and your body simulator, you understand your past reference and your presence and your future, then you're on your way to success through the mind capacitor system. Mind frequency levels, the mind energy cycles, the mind cyclical system, the mind hydraulic system. Okay? That's what I mean, is understanding the mind can be anywhere in seconds, knowing that you can paraphrase and say it in a solar text 10 different times through its division of the mind. Okay? So power is its conception, but to get power is to know yourself. And then you master yourself. Once you master yourself, you master everything around yourself. Okay? There's always step ladders that you keep going up. You have to go up. Okay? It's how important is it for you to keep your line signals intact, how to keep your formations through your telecommunication waving patterns, how to keep the mind set through its divisions, through the vortex, the time leap, the time jump. We also have astral feeds. Now, astral feeds are connected to the hydraulics. Yeah, that's right too. I was going to say what the hydraulics are. The hydraulics is a mind conceptual system through a stem system through the hydraulics of its mind capacitor system. It connects on all wires and forms. It fires and wires through its brain system. That's what the hydraulics are. So understanding that your mind is an hydraulic system through a pixel division, through a hologram system. That holographic system goes through all locations of GPS location systems. Okay? That's what the hydraulics is. Okay? So. I know I keep talking and talking and talking, so hopefully you guys have questions. I just want to show you how powerful you are and what you need to do. So you keep your line signals intact. Like I said, keep your simulations in formation, understand your circuit rotations and your speed velocity systems, and just really inform yourself with your new chakra system. So. But yeah, this is definitely an atom talk for sure, because you come through an atom, through the particle system. So I've been on almost an hour and 15. I know it said 103, but I say 115. So I'm 15, 20 minutes ahead of time right now. Okay. That's what it is. It's not just looking at the clock. It's knowing exactly what to say ahead of time. Okay. Because there's no thought process, just knowing and doing, right? There's no thinking anymore. You guys are extremely high through interforce, through your body simulator. So you're getting connected more with your weather patterns. You're understanding electronic interference through your hand formations. You're going through your scanning modes. You're getting connected through all realms of divisions. You're connecting through activations of portals. You're high winding your forces through your perception of dimensional sightings. So you guys are going exceptionally fast now, right? Which is great. And you understanding my energy cycles through its intelligence, through the singularity line system, then you're going to understand everything through the locations of its center system. Okay? Once you understand the center, then you understand the core of everything through its atom. But everything is a process. But that's the beautiful thing, right? Because you're learning something new every day. So, yeah, I know. I wanted to do a live video because it's very important, like I said, what's going on with the dimensional Earth and why these things are happening, right? So, yeah, I know. And you always try to get on, but I always get off and you forget to see my live feed, so you have to rewatch the live. So I'll just do reminders to the videos, so you'll know exactly. Because usually I come on in the mornings, okay, mostly between Monday and Friday. Exceptionally, I did a video today. I wasn't going to do a live, but the dimensional Earth was connecting faster through its winds, and I had to, it's very powerful when you connect through space and everything through connection and vibration. There's a lot of telegraphing systems that I go through vortex divisions. So because there are so many different sector unit systems, I could be in the XT1, I can be in the XT gravity system, I can be on the 2-3X gravity system. All these are connecting through space. Okay, these are code frequencies. So you got to understand what X2 is, X1 is, X2 gravity system, gravity 1 through gravity system. Calculation modifications, X equals time 3 square through section of its division through weather patterns. Okay, code frequencies. Okay, like I'll give you an example before I tap out. Show you. The mind conceptual system is extremely powerful once you go through space connection and time sequence system through time zone systems. Okay, so you kind of like got this. You got a V, you got a box. Okay, you got an S, and you got a T. Okay, all right. V box ST. Now that doesn't mean anything to you, but in space it does. Okay. Now the V, very powerful stuff, guys. I'll show you what it means. The V itself, okay. Now you're gonna find this fascinating. Okay, look. Look at this. 2 solar connections right now through illumination light systems. Okay, these are cloud or interforce connections right now. This one over here is a panel division, line communication line signal. Okay, graphene site illumination light star system. Okay, star system. See how this is lighter and this is dimmer? This is the immortal sun. This is the immortal moon. Okay, that's what I mean by communication. All right, so back to the interforce of its relation when it comes to V box ST. Now, V box ST, V stands for vector. Okay, vector. Okay, vector sanction unit systems are connected through a hydraulic system. The box is a box frequency system through a voice and graphing patterned system. The S is the systematical system of U through space and time. Times continuum and force recognition systems. These are time sequences through location centers. Okay, that's what it means. Understanding everything through letters, numbers, and shapes and what it means. But to you, it doesn't mean anything, right? So it's understanding what V is, what box is. So you got a letter, you got a shape, you have another letter, and you have another letter. Okay? Now, if we add a number in there, let's say an 8. Okay? Now, an 8, okay, we already know what the 8 is. You guys should know what that is, right? Okay? That's a section unit system through its connection of its H. It's H cycle system that's connected through all cycles of illumination of mortal systems that are connected through its H system. It paraphrazes all its line communication line signals through its paragraphing of its atom system. It's a location center through all communication of planet systems. That's what this is. It's the infinity cycles of all cycles through the gamma ray system, through the helix and the hydrogen system. That's what this is. Okay? Understanding everything through communication is everything through its knowledge. Okay? Powerful stuff, right? So I'll give you one more. Now, Okay, so I say we got C, we got an A. Let's say we got we have a star. Ooh, this is cool. Now remember, it's separated. Okay, this is, you can activate this and you can put it through line frequency or an atom system, connect through all realms, through all definitions of letters, numbers, and shapes. But you have to understand everything through communication, because right now that doesn't make any sense to anybody. Right? But to me it does. These are code frequencies that are connected through space and time, through star systems. Okay? So understanding what C is. Okay? There's many ways to form C. C could be calculation. C could be communication. But you have to understand the line division through its atom, because the atoms here, and an atom here. Okay? Now, you have the A, atmospheres, atoms, right? Here, 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 and here. Okay? It's understanding line division through the singularities and line system through its energy of intelligence system. Now, the star system is on location centers. Okay? It's in the mortal state through the God system. Okay, this is the highest form of communication. Now, remember I was telling you of a circle? Split it in the center, activate it. Now, this could be a plasma, force recognition, or plasmesium, depending on where its activation codes. Okay, so fascinating stuff. If it wants to get involved through communication line signals through CAL, okay, L is 3 division lines. Okay. It's an upside divisional triangle system that connects through pyramid systems. It's not a pyramid system yet until line communicates. But if I want to communicate, I have to understand its location center. So I can communicate it through its weather patterns, through its communications coloration system, the major grid system. So the star system is the only one that can activate. You want to know why? Does anybody want to know why? Okay, now, hopefully you understand what's going on. Okay, we've gone through point division, through line communication with dimensional set point divisions. Now we're getting into the mortal state. Okay, through singularity of letters, numbers, and shapes. So the star system is the highest form of communication. It's higher than the A, and it's higher in the C, and it's higher in the L. Okay, because it's a solar connection. So in the paraphrasing unit, it's in space right now, but it's paraphrasing through its parallels. Okay, that's why it's in different divisions through dimensional sets of vibration, through frequency levels. Okay, so if it wants to high rise, it can change its coloration, it goes on a rotation system. Like that. So when it spins around, it can change its coloration, and high rise, its higher division, to higher illumination light system. So when it high rises in a higher illumination light system, it's powerful stuff, guys. Doing the same thing again, show you exactly. You have to do paraphrasing system, everything through. You have to do the exact copy system, okay? Because it's understanding you, but it's understanding that it's paraphrasing to a higher dimension, but it has to be on the same location system through a line signal, okay? It can't be on a different line signal because it'd be on a different dimension through a high vibration. So it'd be on a different coloration through a major line system. That's where you get into the numbers of its alignments through the code frequencies, okay? So that's what happens. So when it high rises, okay, this is coming into the vortex math, but we're going into letters, numbers, and shapes, okay? Very complicated stuff. So once it reaches its division, and it's in the solar division through a star system, okay, and now it can communicate with its line frequency systems. It can crosswind, it doesn't matter, through confusing line signal. It's getting communication friendship for the very first time through C, A, and L. Okay, so it's communicating now, fully and completely. Okay, so it's kind of complicated, but that's what it looks like. So once it communicates with everything through communication, it's now getting partnership because it's line communicated. So if it wants to line communicate, what do you think happens next? The C, A, and L come out to a higher division, right? So the C comes up, the A comes up, and the L comes up. Okay. All right. So once it goes up to higher division, it changes coloration pattern to an interforce connection, to a higher force relationship with its star system. And that's how you get partnership with letters, numbers, and shapes. Cool, eh? It's a lot of fun. But like I said, it goes way, way beyond vortex math. Way, way beyond. But per se to anything through communications, understand that solar star system, once you understand it's on a higher division, then it can communicate through lower divisions. Because each letter, number, and shape is on a different vibration through DNA structure, through an atom system. It's understanding how to communicate in all realms, okay, of letters, numbers, and shapes. And then you can bring it to a higher division and it all be balanced through its division. So powerful stuff, eh, Melissa? Anna? Michael? If you want to truly understand yourself and you want to understand your knowledge of its intelligence, draw that out. But try to make sense of it. Try to understand, why is it doing this? Why is it communicating? Why is it high rising? How are the lines changing? Why is the frequency lines changing? If they're not changing, why are they not changing? You're going to have questions and questions and questions. It's understand how to get the answers through its illustration by putting it down on its graphing cycle of its white graphing system through its electronic board system. So, but it's extremely a lot of fun, isn't it? So the other letters don't need to connect themselves, and it can't be high rise as long as the star system be communicate. That's exactly what it is, Michael. The letters can't communicate because it's on a different realm system through communication line signals. It has to have a solar connection of a star system. Okay? All right? So basically, we already know why we have quarterbacks on football teams, right? Why do we have quarterbacks? What does a quarterback do? He's the center of everything through communication. He does the interforce of throwing, right? He throws the passes, right? That's what it is. So the quarterback is the solar star system. So if it wants to communicate with its line backs or its forward backs or its half backs, it has to understand everything through communication, right? Before it can do that interforce connection. Powerful, eh? Yeah, Michael understands that because he's on a higher division now. That's the thing. See, that's the thing. Michael's understanding my energy of a cycle through intelligence. That's what it is. So he's not guessing himself. He already knows the answer. It's just he wants to know for sure. Okay? Sure or not sure. But knowing what you're putting down is its answer. Okay? That's where you understand everything through the mind system. Okay? It's the same thing with numbers. 2 + 2 = 4 through its equation, right? So it's very powerful stuff, extremely powerful stuff. But so the other letters don't need to connect themselves and can be high rise as long as the star system can communicate. That's exactly what it is, because it's a high interforce connection. Okay? Once you understand the communication of its line signal through its coloration of its patterns, through its matrix, then you can low rise to communications of CAL and high rise the CAL to high vibration to bring its balance so you can communicate with that solar star energy vibration system. So yeah, you need to know the codes. Yeah. It's understanding the code frequencies through the atom because it changes coloration patterns. Yeah. Yeah, you can do that. Try doing that. Draw out your name. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, this is very interesting. If you draw out your name, okay, what goes first? Do all of them go up all at once? Or do one go at a time? Or does one go up and then all rest come up? Okay? It's an interesting question. This is a vortex math question through letters, numbers, and shapes. So as long as you understand your communication with your atom, then you'll have no problem how to communicate with higher force connections through its illumination lights. Because everything through letters, numbers, and shape has its own illumination. But you understand the communication of its, where it's allocating from. Okay? So if you understand that, then you understand how to use your divisions. It's through the vortex system, because everything's a vortex, right? Everything's a speed jump. Everything is an oscillation, wind cycling, spin system through cloud formations of dimensional set systems. Wow, what did I just say? I just said something, but what does it mean? I don't know. If you don't know what it means, you have to go back to the archive system. Okay? So it's trying to reanalyze everything through the analyzation of what you just said. Okay? You don't want to deplode your energy cycles. You really, really don't, because it's going to connect through crossing line signals through space and its connection through time. Okay? If you're spending yourself, okay, through communications and meditation, and you're connecting through space, and you're sending communications to somebody to its wrong of its energy cycle, you're going to have problems through the reaction of its body system. Okay? What is it like on a new dimensional Earth, new chakra system? It's extremely powerful through the vibration, and it's so many rotating systems. Once you know how to hear it, it goes on so many location of vibration systems. It's extremely powerful force. It's the most powerful force through gravity centers of gravity core systems. It has so many answering patterns through coloration. And it comes to me through illustration. It comes to me through vortex division. It comes to me pixelization. It comes to me through illustration, through the energy of intelligence. So it's an extremely powerful force planet, right? It's not the biggest, but it's the most powerful when it comes to gravity. So, what is it like? Okay, we read that. What is it? Where's it allocating from? So if the letter C can be in all dimensions, location is based on color and wind force. Everything is based on color. If you change the colorations, you have to change the vibration through location of DNA structures. Okay? That C can only come out as long as you see something through an interforce of a line system that's a higher communication level. Okay? If it's all letters, okay, nothing's going to high rise. Okay? Until you have a higher force connection. You can't high force that C if it's not in a higher communication. Everything has to, you have to understand line communication, because it could be a solar planet, it could be a connection energy planet, it could be a vibration energy planet, it could be a rock surfacing planet, it could be a meteorological dimensional planet. There's so many different planets out there in space connection. Okay? So fascinating stuff. Okay, so basically, this is interesting. So we got the C, we'll go with the A, we'll go with the L, and we'll go with the planet. Okay, so we already know this is going to high rise. We already know this is interforce high force connection. If you have the CAL, okay, if you have the CAL and you have a T, okay, now what happens is the CALT can high rise until it has a higher division through location center of a planet system or shape of any kind of higher force connection through solar division of space and time of its division through the star system. Okay? So that's why there's always like, okay, we got into 3. 3 plus 3 equals 6. All right? 3 plus 3 is 6. Now, we already know how to do that through the alignments. Now, 3 is this location. Plus is you. Okay? Plus is you. All right? That's you through the body simulator. So 3, okay, through its location. Everything through its equation. High rise, it's the 6. The 6 goes up. Okay? So for the C to communicate with the A, okay, you have to understand its translation through its multiverse connection. So it's understanding how to communicate with this atom first before you can high rise. So if the A wants to high rise by itself, it can do that, okay? But it has to understand how to get out of its line system because it's in the embodiment. It's not connected right now. It's not connected. There's no line connecting through CALT. Now, if you connect a line like this through its confusing line signal, now it's all connected. If it's all connected through its atom system, they all can high rise. It has to have a line communication before it can high rise through its division. Okay? Yeah, you got to get out of the brain. Yeah, so it comes out like this and high rises. Okay? See? It comes out and high rises because it's connected through its line signal. Okay? It has partnership with the CALT through its line signal of its energy, of its singularity, of its line system. And that's how you get self-involvements through its intelligence systems. Okay? Powerful stuff, eh, guys? I keep giving you illustrations. You guys are going, no, no more. I don't understand it. It's clogging your brain system through the mind system. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It has to get out of the brain and into the mind. That's exactly what it is, Michael. You can't telegraph energy communication through mind telepathy of telekinesis through activation electronic interference. You have to be in the mind fully and completely through space. Okay? If the mind intercepts with its locations of its interconnection through its force recognition of vibration systems through the human of its brain system, it's going to have a problem through a communication line signal. Okay, so it's very important that the mind is always communicating out in space. Okay, I'm communicating with you, but I'm also communicating in space through time. So the brain confuses it. That's exactly what it is. Yep. Yep. Because the brain always stays in the human vessel. The brain doesn't move. Okay. That's what it is. It's connecting, right? See, remember I was telling you about, you have to understand your hand formations and what it does. Okay. So you have the human brain. Okay. The mind is coming out. That's the mind. Now, the human stays in there. Now, if you're not understanding, the mind will go back in the human of its brain. Okay? It's going to circle it and rotate and wants to know what your answering patterns are. How is it going on its continuous force? How do I transfer my light system? How do I communicate through vortex division, through geometry systems? So once it understands its energy of its intelligence through its information of singular line system, it will come back out through all communications, through interforce connections, through its mind, of its heart, and its soul's recognition. It will come back out, it will circle and cycle, and it'll create a whole new brain system through the hydraulics of the spiritual realm system. But you're going to get confusing line signals if you still work with the brain, okay? Because the brain is the earth, okay? Make that very well clear. It is the dimensional earth, okay? You're a gravitational pull of a human vessel that gravitates, gravnites is understanding the hydraulics through its grounds of its feet. Because once you platitude yourself through force recognition of size, your way conception, okay, you understand where you are going with through its light communication. So the more you high rise through your division through lights, the more you understand through the mind, the more you understand the mind is coming out faster and faster. If the mind doesn't understand, it's going to go on a slow recognition, and it's going to go back into force connection of its human brain system, back into there. Okay? Once it does this, now it's communicating. What do you want it to do? Okay? Then it goes like this. You have to understand what the mind is and what it does. Okay? It's the same thing with the brain. But once the mind comes out, like I said in my last video, you can create a whole brain system. That mind, through its activation codes, connects in all realms of 5 divisional levels of planet system through communication line system through electronic interference of your information. Okay? So it's creating its own electronic magnesium, magnetic, magna force that's connection through the forcing highway information system through Father and Mother Gaia, archangels and angels. It's a definition pattern that's connected through its computer of its software system that will give you all locations of GPS locations through the analytical mind system. Okay, so it's understanding the mental and its connection. Okay, you have to understand the mental and the physical. You have to understand the physical, the mental, and the psychological before you can understand everything through its connection of its electronic interference through its mind system. So it's getting more extremely complicated. Yeah, this is exactly what it is. It's allowing yourself to keep your mind out. Okay? Because when the mind comes out, it creates its own brain. And once it creates its own brain, it creates its own self-revolution of evolution of a sky graphing system of a silhouette of you, which becomes a pixel division of you through a light illumination of an entity force system. So once you get into that, then you fly around through the mind and the brain. So the mind has a brain through the spiritual realm. It's flying around and it's communicating. It has its own mind and it has its own electronic brain. It's extremely, extremely powerful stuff. So everything I give you through energy of intelligence is through the mind. It's not through the brain. Okay? The space doesn't know how to connect with the brain. The human brain stays on Earth. The human brain understands community. The human brain understands evolution of community. The human brain understands yourself, of friends, loved ones, anything through its relation. But the human brain doesn't understand space and its connection through time. It's only the mind that understands everything. So maybe that'll help you out a little bit better. Yeah. Mind, partnership with the mind. Yeah. Yeah. You don't want to push anything through the circuitry system because you're going to push buttons and it's going to overload your circuitries, okay, through the cyclical unit system, okay? The more you understand that your electrical unit through circuitry system, through the mind system, you understand the hologram of you, which is a pixel division of you, okay? Because you are connected through space of its particle systems, through molecules, gravinites, solar lights, hydrolights, connection of vibrate lights. You're in the Andromeda lights. You're in the connection. I can self-win my force connection to tell me how many lights are in your body system, your body simulator. Like I said, you have billions and billions and trillions of optical biochemical systems that are DNA structures of reproduction systems through its hydraulics of its circuitry systems that are connected through its pixels. Okay, you are a pixel machine, which is operated through a program of computer operating analytical mind of a GPS location system. That is a chronological order of energy of an intelligence that goes into the mind graphing system. every single day. The mind's extremely real once you keep it up its operating program system. But once you put it back into its human brain, it gets confused. Okay? Then you have to understand that that mind, if it stays in space, okay, it has to understand its oxygen. It has to understand its atmosphere. It has to understand its galaxy, and it has to understand its vibration and its energy and its coloration, and it has to understand its dimension. Okay? Once it understands that, then it can stay at its operation program. Okay? Now, if you go back in here with the brain is confusing the mind, and it's going to go like this, and it's not sure what it's doing. Okay? So you have to change the oxygen levels because the human brain is only on Earth. The human brain is not in space. It's only on Earth. Okay? So you really, really have to make sure that your mind stays out. Okay? Now, once it stays out, it will constantly stay out, and it will communicate through your transmission lights. Your transmission lights are the most important thing through communication line signals. That's where you get into the singularity of its atom system through its coloration of pattern systems. Okay? So, like I said, I'm bringing this to everybody's attention. It's very important. And for the new viewers and anybody else that's watching my channel, please feel informed to really go to my PayPal account and go through your transmission lights through, I'll put you through your chakra system and understand your locations of its dimension through your vibrations, circular rotations, through your pixel divisions, understand your oxygen levels, know exactly what illumination light you're at through coloration of age patterns, through its connection of its heat signature patterns. Then I'll put you on your alignments through its frequency levels. So it's very important that you understand what's going on through space and time. Okay? So you're just trying to build friendship and relationship with everything, with vibration. That's what everybody's trying to do, right? And the people that don't understand that is going to have a huge, huge reaction through the body system. So, and again, that's why I go through healing. Healing is the most important because right now everybody's understanding what's going on with its energy cycles through its energy field. Okay? But your adaptation has to be clear of everything through the mind. Your operation of its mind has to understand line division through the singularity of its energy, of its intelligence. Okay? So you can graph your cycles through your voice and grid systems, through illumination lights. You can connect all around through illustration and diagrams. You can draw things out. You can draw out your name. Okay? Try to get connection with your atom is, what it does, and what color is it at. You should know what color your atom is. You should know your perceptions and what division you are through your vibration. Okay? You should know your rotation cycles through circulation rotation. Okay? Rotation and circles are the most important thing through vibrations because everything that you see through communication goes around and around, goes around and around, goes around and around, goes around and around, goes around and around. Okay? So once you understand the wind spin through vibration systems, then you understand the hydraulics of your mind system. Okay? So if one's going this way and one's going this way, that's understanding force recognition, back force recognition. But why is it going forward and why is it going back? What's the answer? Why is the vibration going like this? How come it's not going like this? How come it's not going like this? Everything is energy of intelligence. You have to really understand line vibration signals through your body simulator because everything connects. So I'm having a lot of fun with you guys. This is a lot of fun. You know, I'm usually, I don't do 2 hours, but I'm coming in to, you know, it's an hour and 40 minutes, but it's a lot of fun. And I'll tell you why. Is because you guys are learning a lot more, you're getting smarter a lot more, and I know exactly what's happening with your body simulator. Not only you're paying attention, but your knowledge of its system is high rising through divisions of mind. And that mind is going to understand everything through its mind. So you have to go way beyond its mind. okay, to get the answer through its voicing patterns, through its perceptions of its dimensional sightings, and everything through the audio signals. Okay? So, yeah, what I want to do is to keep this going, is that we'll do this in my next video. Yeah, whoop, whoop. I want everybody to suggest a question related to space and time. It could be alignments, it could be shape formation, it could be vibration, dimension, portal, activation code, whatever. But I want you to form it into a question, okay? So everybody can understand what it means. So you ask a question and they try to get the answer. If they don't get the answer, I want that person that set that question to get the right answer. Okay? Now, we've never done that before, but it can evolve through anything through letters, numbers, and shapes. Okay? Understand what I showed you through the illustration of the diagram, understanding your atom, understanding your vibration, understanding your energy, understanding your thought. Okay? Because your thought is most important when it comes to the atom. The atom can be jumping through cycles and you wouldn't even know it. Okay? So that's important to understand your listening skills, because everything is connected through its inner force, and then it becomes its outer force. So that's what it is. It's going way beyond the imagination of everything. Okay? Because the imagination becomes its reality, and that reality becomes its illustration, and the illustration becomes its activation. Activation becomes coloration. And once it becomes activation through coloration, then you understand its location. And then you get partnership with its illustration. So it's a lot of fun though, isn't it? Yeah. So work on that. Okay. It could be anybody. You just come up with the more complex a question, the better it is for everybody trying to figure out what it is. What is he saying? What is she saying? Does this make any sense? You try to make it sense to everybody else. Okay. It's not making sense. It's knowing that it is making sense and that it's true to making sense. Okay. This is not a true false question here. This is true among everything through space and time. So if you get a question, okay, I want everybody to understand what their question is, why they're writing this down, where is it coming from, and what are you connecting with through its line communication, through its transmission lights, okay? So it's very important when you put that question down, you should know the answer to that question, okay? Because you guys are higher force connections now through the body simulators. Because we've been, doing this for a while now, right? So work on that. Get back to me on that through the question and then come up with the answer, which is great. This is going to be a lot of fun. So I'm going to get going for now, but we'll do that. We'll pick up on Monday. Sunday is going to be an easy, lazy day for me. I work so hard, work too hard. It's not, what keeps me tired is the energy that goes into my mind. It doesn't go into the brain, it goes into the mind. Okay, so basically when the energy goes in, it goes into space. It doesn't go into my brain, it goes into space. It stays in space. So it has its mind through its brain system. So that energy goes in because it's all connected through the body simulator. It circulates and rotates, goes back up to the chakra form system that gravitates everything through its connection to the vibration system, that all changes all frequency levels of the mind capacitor through the magnetic magnesium force and highway information to its ground information systems, okay, which connects to the energy of its intelligence system. Okay, it stays out. Okay, the energy doesn't go into me, it goes into the mind that's already created through its spiritual of its mind. Okay, so Yeah, it can be. Yeah. But the more you understand the energy and where it's coming from, because they're becoming star systems away of other star location systems, of solar systems. It can be on other realms of dimensions, low, medium, or high, high or highest. Okay. So that's why I want everybody to come up with a question. Okay. And try to really, really understand what it means. Because everything is given to you through illustration, through pictures, letters, numbers, and shapes, through communication of everything around you. Okay, through space and time. All right. Okay, so I think that's good for now. Love you guys very much. It's been a fantastic time with you guys. I'll keep you informed what's going on with Monday, and Tuesday we'll put up episode 4 of Space Discoveries, Time Zones. This is Andrew Weston, calling out. Adios, everybody.